Yes, people. It's another episode of Truth and Banter. It's your boy Flash. We got Big J behind the scenes, and today we got the man Big Frank, aka Mr. Sir No Days Off.
Yes, my brother.
Up in the place. Long time. I know this brother a long time.
Definitely.
And
I had no kids then.
and it's a pleasure to have you.
Always,
to have you.
brother.
Reason why you're here really is we're gonna get into people's purpose in life, and the reason really I follow you on Instagram, and I've seen like a change in. I know you from back in the day. You've been through a lot of madness, as we'll we'll get into. But I've seen like the change, and I've seen a lot of positivity. You're posting a lot of positivity, and what I just want to know, like what happened. It must have come from somewhere, and you know what I mean. A lot of people, not everyone goes through this change. So it was
Well, I woke up.
For me. You woke up.
I woke up.
Yeah.
What it is, when you're doing things that you can look at yourself, you're not really relating to it no more. You know, I was doing things like back then. It was relatable, running around, getting yourself into trouble, being that guy, doing this, doing that. It was relatable. It was fun for me. But as you get older, I look at myself and I ask myself questions. Is this what you really want? Because my kids look at me as they're everything.
Okay.
So whatever I do, they want to do. So when I look at my son in his eyes, I'm saying to myself, right, would I want him to do this?
What was you like? What's your oldest child?
My oldest child is Neve. Yeah. She's 18.
What was you like at 18?
Yeah, because you had a kid from early, really.
Boy, yeah, 18, but I was a lost child. I was lost. You know what it is? I blame myself. I don't blame nobody, but I was lost. I had good parents, good foundation, good upbringing, went to school, educated, but you know what it is? I graduated from school, but you know what? I got lost in life. You know what I mean?
What do you think? What do you think the main influences were for this?
Yeah, like what are the contributing factors to you saying you're lost?
But I just
the life that's been glamorized, like
I watched too much. I watched too much films, too much music, a lot of you know, like the oldest. You know what is? I'm a person. I used to see people with things. You know, I never grew up with things. You know, I grew up without things, but mother always made the little everything.
Okay.
So the thing is, I wanted things, but I couldn't ask mum for it because I know she didn't have it. Yeah. And I know what
a struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to go out there and basically get yourself. So.
But I had to go out.
Well,
and
you had
get
to.
myself.
Yeah. That was part
of
of
it. To have a pair of night trainers
in
our house, like I got to sit down and think, like there's 5 of us here, mum and dad, that's 7, and I'm saying to myself, like that £90, do you know how much shopping that could bring in the house? I was with my dad when we used to go do cleaning jobs in Archway Tower.
Okay.
So, and he'll do that for the whole week, and you're getting like £50. So how can I then ask him for £90 to buy a trainer?
Yeah,
so,
that's selfish. That would be selfish.
More than selfish. That's selfish.
Yeah, I hear you.
When it comes to parents, do you feel like it wasn't that they didn't have it, or it just wasn't in their what we wanted didn't make sense to them?
My mum and their whole life is about preparing yourself for life. So if you have money and you have she'll buy you 2 pairs of trainers, one for going out and one for running about in, and you have a smart trainer. So the thing is, you didn't need more than you needed. Yeah. With us, I wanted more than my legs could wear. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I wanted a trainer for Monday's trainer, Tuesday's trainer, Wednesday. I had trainers for everything, and to go with it, you have to have the clothes to go with it. So, mum never understood this because you know back home you grow with like your best clothes is your older brother's clothes. Do you know what I mean? So that's the life they had. But for me, I just wanted different, bro. And I didn't do it for bad purposes because I was bringing in, I looked after my brothers, took the stress off mum, but taking the stress off mum is putting stress on mum because as the oldest, I'm doing wrong. Therefore, my mum's thinking like, is it my fault? She's blaming herself.
Okay, I hear you.
You know, sitting down, you see your mum crying every day, and like the tears, it touched me, but it didn't touch me enough because I still wanted my things.
What you wanted was still
You know,
more than.
after mum cried, I still had that urge to get trainers. I still had the urge to be able to do this and do that, and like, it was deep.
What do you think the reason for this was to impress?
Do you know what? Part and parcel, it does go with that. You know, I did it. If I'm honest to myself, I had a reason, because whenever I made money, I always made sure my brothers, family, everybody was nice. So if I was nice,
okay,
they
so
were always
you always give
so
out.
I
Anyway.
always did it to help him. But the thing is, at the same time, you like that to be the man, the name, because it was like that special VIP card. You could go certain places. People, oh yeah, Big Frank, you can roll in. My brothers had that. They go to raves. But the problem, one time my brother said to me, Victor, younger brother, he said to me, bro, like, you need to change your life. I was 21 then. He said to me, I said, why? He goes to me, people call me Frank's brother. They didn't even ask my name no more. And it was starting to bother him. And I sit down and I was thinking like, bro, you go somewhere, people are carrying you around, why are you bothered? But the thing is, you see him, he wasn't from my world.
Yeah, of course. So
even though
it wasn't appealing to him.
That's what I'm saying. Although we looked at the same window, what I saw was different from what he saw. Because we had
100%.
different realities, but the same mirror, but different realities.
Okay. So from what I'm hearing, it sounds like you was very aware of how your life was affecting people around you. Would that be correct to say?
Yeah, no, I was aware. I can't lie.
So you was aware, but you being aware still never allowed you to change the way that you was living. Would that be, even though you could see that it was affecting them? Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say that it had to affect you personally?
Yeah,
for you to change, because it seems like you was aware early.
No, I was aware. You know, I can't lie, because the thing is, you come, like, whatever you do outside of the house always came back to the house before you even got back to the house. Do you understand? Mum already knew, so the belt was already ironed out, ready for you. So I kind of knew what I was doing, you know. But you know, it's giving me licks, sending me here, threatening me to send me to Nigeria. It didn't do nothing for me, because the thing is, I had my own personal expectation list, what I wanted off my list. So if mum told me, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, all right, mum, I'll do that, but I still got to tick off this list. Do you understand? I'll be honest, I was a selfish kid. I was a very selfish kid. I did everything for my parents.
You're selfish in some aspects, but it seemed like you had some.
I had morals in terms of
generous ways as well.
My brothers and mum and all that. But the thing is, you can't be generous 50% and then negative 50%. It doesn't make sense.
Generous and selfish.
Where do you think your rebellion came from then?
My rebellion came from not having.
No, you kind of had enough.
No, not.
But you wanted more.
No, when I'm not having what people outside had.
Do you feel like your dad had anything to do with your rebellion?
You see, my dad was. I'll be honest with you, yeah. My dad. No, I love my mum because I was closer with my mum, but my dad was everything to me. Because when we were growing up, my dad, he was he's like a Superman to us.
Okay.
He took us. Like, everywhere he went, we wanted to go. So he kept us, he made us like, you have to be like this way, very regimented. So he gave us, you know, the foundations of how to become a man. So dad was always there, but mum was the one I always talk about the most, because mum, you see what it is, when you got mums, they take everything to heart. Yeah. Dad would tell you, like, you messed up, listen, you need to fix up. But mum her fix up was the tears.
Yeah, hurt. But don't you think that when you do have your dad around, you mirror him to a certain degree?
I never mirrored my dad, you know, because my dad came here on a scholarship. Okay. So he was a barrister. So, boy, I just had a barrister. You know what I mean? So I wasn't. I would have been gone. So if I,
your dad was a barrister.
Yeah. So if I was if I mirrored my dad, I would never have gone through the journey. But looking at my dad, when I sit down and I say to him, for someone who came to this country, couldn't speak, worked as a chef in order to pay for himself to get through university, then become a barrister and then teaching at law at colleges, like, there was no reason for me to do what I wanted to do. But the thing is, I just wanted it now. You see, my dad, he pressed play and he watched the whole 2-hour film. I pressed fast forward and got to the end of the film. Do you understand? I got the save results, but at the end of the film.
Still, the levels that you were prepared to do, things you were prepared to do, more than the average person, they do come from somewhere.
You see what it is, yeah? As like I said, like, I watched a lot of films, a lot of influences, and I had like elders around me, no names mentioned, but they, you know, is when you've got that something in you, they kind of like, I was always strong, so you have elders around you telling you like, listen, you're strong, you know, you could be this guy. You start to feel, I feel special. Yeah. So it's
outside influence.
Yeah. So they kind of trained me that my negative, so-called negative behavior back in that era, which I didn't see, was getting trained, groomed into how to use it to benefit other people. Exactly. But I couldn't see it at the time. You understand? Because I just thought, you know what, elders are telling me, yeah, go and mash up that kid. And I'm thinking, yeah, like, what? 2 bills? This is business. Pair 180s for giving them a black eye. This is what I do on a normal day. It's like Monday, Tuesday,
would you say like you had anger in you? Was it? You think it stemmed from anger?
No, I did have a lot of anger because growing up, I saw a lot of deaths in like uncles and all that. And mum, I saw mum. You know, sometimes mum would, you know, she'd work everything and try to give us something. You know, Christmas and like sometimes it didn't come together. So that kind of like bitted me because I see my mum's putting in so much hours and just.
Never seemed like she was getting the rightful reward.
So I kind of like the anger in me, and my mum used to like sit down and tell me about, no disrespect because I'm a believer in God. Don't worry, God will make it happen. But like, you know, when you get like, I'm growing up now and I'm just seeing suffering. I get to 16, 17, I'm just seeing my mum suffering the whole time. I'm like, where is this God?
No.
Do you know? Because your mum, I'm waiting for the geezer to knock on the door. That's how deep it was. I was so like. My mum grew us in God. I was so cut off from God, like it didn't even make sense. I don't want to hear his name. When my mum used to say, "Oh yeah, whatever," I never used to hear it. You see, when I say them people, like, then you sit down and you think to yourself, you know what? All these people, they ring mum, send money to Nigeria, send this, send that, and I'm thinking like, mum, but you're doing all of this, but the thing is, we're suffering here. But my mum is a giver. She works, she'll split what she needs for the house, and then she always wants to help somebody.
I hear you.
So it was like hard, and then mum would tell me about this God, and I'm thinking like, mum, I don't.
So you say you lost faith in God at one stage?
No, I'll tell you this. I believed in God because that's what I was taught. Yeah. My faith in God was not there.
So you lost faith in God
completely.
You believed in God, but you just lost the faith.
I did. Like, I'm believing it because my mum believed in it. Because whatever mum told you was the right thing to do.
But would it be right to say you seem like, have you got your faith back?
Yeah, I've got my faith back now.
What made you get your faith back? Because how long did it take you to get your faith back?
I came out of jail, and like when I came out of jail, I was like I came out, I saw my kids, and I was like, my kids were calling me by my first name because my missus was calling me by my name. And I'm like, bro, I'm daddy, but I'm trying to hold my kid and my kid's crying. I'm thinking like, I was getting angry now. I'm thinking like, I'm not coming. I didn't come out for this shit.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Yeah, I want to go back because my missus telling me.
Well, you wanted to go back?
Yeah, my missus telling me, why am I going to stay here? I came out for you kids, and then you can't even call me daddy.
Yeah. So at that stage, your mind state was
I'm not understanding everything because the thing is, you know what it is? They're calling you what they know of you. Yeah. Do you understand? They don't know dad because you have never been a dad. So the thing is, how do I expect? The only one who knew me was my daughter. Okay. But the younger ones, like, you can't call. How can you call a stranger dad? I would never tell.
How long was you missing from them?
I was missing for a good couple of years. Okay. So it was like, but you know what it is there? It's not even so much the time away from them. Is that as a dad, you have a duty to these kids because I created them, so I have to look after them.
100%.
It's not optional. My dad didn't have an option to look after us. He looked after us. So I always said, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be like my dad. I was worse. I was a complete. I'll be honest. If I put it down, I was a scumbag. Because the thing is, even
why are you saying this? Because you was in jail, or because we've done the life to how you was living?
Because I gave my kids, I was there for my kids, give them everything. But everything means nothing if I'm not around.
100%.
Do you understand? You can give them the presents, you can give them the thing, but the thing is, if you're not around, I couldn't tell you what my kid did when he first stepped up. I couldn't tell you what my kid's first words were. My missus could tell me what their first words were. That's a shambles, bro. You know, and many of us go through the same thing. So the thing is, when you sit down and you think about life, you got to sit down and think about these things, because I've lived my life. The minute I gave birth to my kids, my life stopped. I stopped living for me. I have to live for them. So when I'm not putting that as my priority, I'm going wrong. Because you know what, kids are a blessing. That's your footsteps. As I put my trainer down, my kids will put it on and walk in it. Do you understand? But I didn't have no positive path for my kids to walk in. And that's why it buns me to this day. Even though my kids, I love them now. They're big, they're excelling, they're doing very good, big things. And like, it's lovely. But the thing is, I have demons that I need to deal with myself. Because I sit down, even though my kids love me now. But there's a time when they didn't know me. They didn't know me. My oldest now, he's 18. My boy is is turning 16, and like my other one's 12. Like, there was a time, and I sit down and I think, and it's almost tearful. Like, they didn't know me. They look at their dad and say, "Dad, everything, Dad." But I remember when you were younger, you didn't even know me. I used to come to you. You used to move away from me. That
still plays in your mind.
It plays in my head. So the thing is, sometimes when you get that little urge. Sometimes you might have your pockets are running on empty. You might think like that there
always reminds you to
remember this, bro. You could be the best dad now, but there was a time when you were a stranger to your own kids.
So it seems like that's the darkness that you had to go through to was that part of your awakening? Did you say?
No, it was. It wasn't my awakening, but it was part of it. Because the thing is, I know that the time lost, I couldn't get back. Do you know, in jail, I'll be honest, great stuff. We enjoyed it, man, them were there, everything was there. But the thing is, the reality of it is, when I'm going to bed, I can't reach out for my kids.
I hear you, definitely.
You know, I've always grown waking up, and then in the morning the kids will come and jump on the bed. But when I turned around, I wake up, there's a geezer sleeping down at the bottom of me. Like, you know what I mean? I can smell fucking shit in the toilet and all that. Like, it's not. I'm eating mackerel.
It's not a pleasant place. Not a place to be.
Yeah, come on. I was at home and I was eating good food, brother. I'm not eating off the canteen sheet. It's not.
So you saying when you came out that you thought to go back? That's what you said earlier.
Yeah, when I came out, I was kind of like lost. Sorry, I was lost. Like, you can say, even I could even say wash, because I've done years there where I hadn't been.
That's how you felt. That's how you personally felt. I
was a man in the system, but the
now
thing
you're
is,
in the real life, in the real world.
Reality, I'm not the man in front of to the people that it matters.
That matter really matter.
I mean? So I came out. I was I had no money, like they absolutely blackballed me. I was banned from E1 to E15. I was banned from North London. I was banned from Dalston. I was banned from Limehouse. They took my passport, couldn't travel for 10 years. So I haven't, there's nothing I could give my kids except for myself. You know what I mean? But even when I was giving that to them, it wasn't enough because they didn't know me. And that's down to me. So the present I'm giving them wasn't really for them. The present I need to give them
was your presence.
It was my presence, and I needed to actually fix myself in order to fix them. Because you understand, I can't expect somebody to call me daddy when I haven't been a daddy.
Hey,
so you know what I mean? So if I fix myself, then you know what is they can work with them to fix them. Because the thing is, they don't understand your absence. 100. But their absence, the understanding they have is is how they refer to you. You know, they didn't know that I was on a all-inclusive holiday. Yeah, they just thought I wasn't around or working or something like that. Because the mum always kept it 100, like, and I'm maximum respect for her. But the thing is, kids don't understand things when they're young enough. And I was, well, I wouldn't say smart enough. I was lucky enough to have done that when they were young.
Okay.
So now they're older now. They understand that you can't be working for 2-3 years no more, daddy, because the thing is, not in London and you haven't come to see me. Do you understand?
Yeah, come on.
So the thing is, this is the reason why now I have to stay the right way. You know what I mean? I've been alive since 1978. I first got to know myself in 2012.
2012.
2012, I got to know myself, and that means that I looked in the mirror, I smiled, and I like spudded myself, and I felt about good looking at my reflection. The years before that, absolute nothing. But I used to look at myself in the mirror, and I just saw a demon, bro.
So what brought on that change?
Because
when was the first time you looked and you was cool with yourself?
2012. I went.
What happened?
I went to the probation office, and they said to me, they're gonna give me a house, and they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that.
Okay.
Then I thought, all right, cool. My life started to pick up and change.
Okay.
Then I was at my mum's house one time, and this bloody police people, I was on tag. The police people came to my mum's house 5 times to check it from there, like one after the other. I said, like, no, it's like they're playing knockdown ginger on my mum's house.
And you had the actual tag.
And I had the tag. I was in the house. My mum said to me, you know what, you need to come out of here. And I didn't blame her. It wasn't a bad thing, because the thing is, my mum, her whole life she has dedicated to God. Yeah. Now she gave birth to 5 kids, and you have one kid that is doing madness, bro. Nothing to do with her. Like, she couldn't take it. You know. So I come out of that, and then I went to stay with my baby mother. You know, and like, when the kind of checks that they do with you so I can stay in the house, like, oh, have you ever touched your kids? They have to do these proper. So I thought to myself, this is deep, you know. But this girl's still, you know, riding for me. I said to myself, you know what? If I don't do it for myself, at least do it for her. At least, do you understand? Yeah. So I did it for a little bit, and then I changed, and then and then, you know what hit me is when I asked my brothers, they've all, through the whole sentence, they've been funding me, coming to visit me, giving me money. When I came out and I reached out to my brother, and he said to me, you know what, bro, I love you so much, but I can't help you.
Okay.
I said, what? But I said, you used to give me VOs, and because I tell you why I gave you VOs and all that in there is because you couldn't help yourself.
Yeah.
But you're out now, you have to help yourself in order for us to help you. No, because we cannot fund somebody that doesn't want to help themselves.
100%.
So that's when I realised, like, bro, you know what, you've hanged yourself, you know. You had a lovely family, you had the best brothers in the world, you had your best mom, best dad. You've actually hanged yourself, because like, it's like I really felt like, you know, I didn't belong. You know, there's certain, you know, when you've got 2 people that have the same surname but we're not related. That's how I felt. Okay. You check up on Facebook and everyone's got the same surname, but we didn't relate.
So you felt disowned.
So I said to myself, you know, bro, you know, mum is always, no matter what I do, mum's always gonna see me as the guy that didn't achieve or failed her, because, you know, I'm the oldest, but not my little brothers. That was the whole reason I did things, to give them everything, and now they're looking at me and
But in hindsight, if you wasn't the person that you were, would your little brothers have been able to be who they were?
Do you know what is? To be fair, in
the time that we came from.
I know, but I had to be the way I was, because the thing is, with being who I was, kind of got them out of situations.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So the thing is, you know what? They might have got in a little situation, but the thing is, like, have to deal with a little situation. But then when it got too sticky, they could always, you know, oh, that's Frank's brother. You know, we got him out. But the thing is, people, they weren't, but the thing is, you know what it is? They weren't allowed to be men. Do you understand? They always had to hide behind their own. You know, I'm wearing a jacket with my brother's face on it. So I'm nice. But the thing is, I didn't earn nothing myself. My brothers are very prideful people. They want to be able to stand on their own too. Not because, oh, my brother's Frank, if you do this, then it's on top for you. So the thing is, When my brother said to me, all of them, and I reached out to all of them, except the baby one, the big, oldest, main ones that always come to check me. And they all said to me, no, we can't help you, bro. Like, that was the first time I cried since 1978 properly, bro.
Yeah.
Because then I realised I've actually messed up my whole life. Because everything that, you see, all the blood, all the veins, all the tears I shed for my little brothers. I love mum, I love dad, but I love them. They're my kids. I raised these boys. I took them everywhere. I did everything for them. And then for them to turn back at me, I know I didn't even take it as a offense. I've messed up. So I went, spoke to my friend. He helped me get introduced me to a guy, Louis Durkin, in Muscleworks.
Okay.
And then from there, he said, I can come and work in there. Then from there, my life changed. And every time, when I first did my job, I started getting clients and all that, I'd always report to them before I'd report to my mum and dad.
Okay.
Do you know what? It's because I'm trying to win them back. Because that's what meant to me. Because you know what you got to understand in life is, mum and dad, that position does never change. Even if they're in the casket and in the grave, my mum is always going to be my mum. You can have step, but it's not mum. It's not dad either. But you see your brothers.
Yeah.
That is part of you. You lose your brothers, you lose an organ.
Okay.
It's like my organs, the heart, the lungs, the ribs, everything I need to exist was my four brothers. So I lost everything. So I always telling them, they're always, oh yeah, I'm proud. That's what kept me motivated.
Okay.
Doing that. And my biggest inspiration in my life was my little brother. He doesn't even know this, Sam.
Okay.
Because he kind of walked in my shoes for a split second.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he found himself in locked up.
Okay.
You know, and I had to get him out of there by putting myself forward. I'm a black sheep anyway, so I put an excuse. I did this, I did that, and he was with me. And so it kind of got him out. Do you understand? And then I made this story. Listen, from now you're out. I don't want this again. You're going to Birmingham. And then his career took off from there.
Okay.
He played for Birmingham. His career went. His career went thingy. And for me, why is my biggest inspiration in life? Is my younger brother. Is because he made that transition from that one mistake he made in life. He never turned back.
Hey.
He never turned back. And that's what I say to people. You know, when you become you're relatable to these kids, you have to show them positive footsteps, because the thing is, you got to give them a reason not to turn back.
100%.
My brother gave me the reason not to turn back. I'm the older, I'm meant to be giving him hit, but Sam, he made his one mistake and his life
never look back.
Football, one team to the next team, another team. For me, he was that guy. He had no status, he had no nothing, but his status was off me.
Yeah.
But for me, he was Frank. He was Big Frank. I was just another brother. I just blended in. But the thing is, he didn't even know this, but it's deep, because that's my little brother. That's my little, you know what I mean? My rib. Yeah. But he's my biggest inspiration in life, bro.
Big up Sam. Big up Sam.
My
big up Sam.
Biggest inspiration. Bro.
So going through your whole journey, seems like you was a bit hard-headed, yeah? Would it be right? more than a bit.
Yeah. I think I'd have a few screws.
Definitely you had a few screws. This was from early, but coming to where you are now, if they say you have to go through a journey to get to your destination, would you say you regret anything that you went through?
Do you know what? I think
because there's a lot of things that you said you went through.
I don't really regret nothing. You know, it's not from a selfish perspective, but for me to regret what I did and whatever I did, my brothers would never have got where they got. Because of my intervention in certain things I'm not proud of, but the thing is, it stopped them from being who they could have been. You know what I mean? Because when you look at your brother and you know that, like, they didn't approve of my lifestyle, so the thing is, they're gonna think, oh, you know what, I don't want to be like Frank. Do you know what I mean? Because in life, you know what you got to understand, one of us has to be the guinea pig, in order so that they can learn from, and you show them that this is not the right way or this is the right way. Somebody has to try something first. If I put my hand in the fire and burn myself, my brothers are going to know, no, I don't want to burn myself. So that's what basically I did. I sacrificed myself so they didn't have to sacrifice themselves. I sound like Jay-Z now.
That's from your perspective. From their perspective, they might think, I had to sacrifice.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, that's what they say. That's what they say to me. You didn't have to do all of that.
You didn't have to sacrifice shit. That was in your head.
Yeah,
of what you wanted to do.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying to you. It's when we look at things, we think. That's why I always say, when we say, "Oh, we're doing it for these people," we're doing it for no, because the thing is, many nights my brothers have seen, they've heard, their brother's been this or something's happened to the brother. It's not nice for them to come and see me. Even to come and see me, it's embarrassing for my little brother. I'm their big motivation to come with a VO, get strip searched to come and visit your brother. Yeah. When I could have just visited you in your house. But because of my stupidity, you're now coming to visit me, and these times they're traveling to Northampton, Bedford, everywhere. It's like it's embarrassing, because in a way I can honestly say I think I failed them, because you shouldn't ever have to come and see your bigger brother, your role model, your everything in them kind of situations.
No, definitely, I hear you, 100%.
Do you feel like your consistency and your love for fitness forced you to get into a better mental space?
100%, because I've learned to channel my energy the right way.
100%.
I have days where I'm still angry at myself sometimes, but I go to the gym and take it out on the weights instead of taking it out on somebody. You understand? My consequences of putting all that aggression and anger into the weights has a positive outcome. Yeah. Do you understand?
Definitely.
Whereas before, I'm angry, I'd just take it out on anyone I felt like, and I wasn't doing nothing.
100%.
I wasn't doing nothing. So now, getting in the gym now, it's taught me that discipline. I get up every morning, 5:30, do my prayer, get my food ready, and I have to be at the client for 7:30. Bit of black time in, I'll get there about 1:45, so I'm 15 minutes late. But the thing is, I know it's a routine. Yeah. I'm setting a routine now, and without that gym, I probably would have been lost. Gym has been it's like a savior for me.
That's what it seems. That's what it seems like.
It's like a complete savior, because the thing is, I don't think if Louis hadn't said to me, "Yeah, you can work," I don't even know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know where I'll be. I'll probably be back inside, to be honest.
But to be honest, for me, seeing you working in the gym is it's like a no-brainer, because ever since I've known you,
all boys love weights.
You've been hench I don't know if it was a toddler.
It made sense, but the thing is,
it makes perfect sense.
Sometimes I think we focus on what we're comfortable doing, instead of focusing on what we need to be doing. Because we block our own blessings. The time I was chasing the empty dreams that were never dreamt for me, all that rude boy stuff, blah blah blah, I could have been deep in the gym. I'm in a good space in the gym now. I'm people know me in the gym. Well, but the thing is, they know me 5, 6, 7 years in the game. I haven't even been in the game coaching people that long. But people talk like I've been there. I'm having conversations with people that have been in there 20 years.
Yes, I see you coaching people. What are you doing? Coaching people for shows and that?
I get people ready for shows as well. So and I've got a few nice records, man. I've worked with a lot of good people, good athletes.
Have you done any shows yourself?
Huh?
Have you ever done any shows?
Yeah, personally.
I've never done. That's the only thing. I've never done shows myself, because the thing is, do you know what it is? I don't have the love for the game. I don't have a love for that aspect of the game. I just like to see the transformations in people, because the thing is, for them, that's their happiness. Getting into show, getting prepared on the stage. My happiness is being alive and doing something constructive, and I'm not being there 100%. And something that my parents can say, I'm proud of, my kids can say I'm proud of. You understand?
Helping people,
that's 100%. My happiness now, because the thing is, when you've spent years and years, I got 32 years of a CV that was absolute garbage, and you can sit, and I can sit down now and say, for the past 10 years, my CV's been great. It's a big deal, bro. So I don't need to I didn't feel I need to strip off and go on the stage. Not that it's knocking people, because it's a big thing to get on stage, because I know the work I have to get through these clients. But my fulfillment is actually working. I hadn't worked since November 13th, 95. So, so to be working and consistently working and paying bills and having money, and my kids come to me and I can give them legit money.
Yeah.
I can say, here, mummy, take money, and my mum is actually taking the money. When I was younger and I had made money, my mum would take the money. My mum told me to go and put that money in the bin. I'm a child of God. You can't bring the devil's money into my house.
Hey.
And that, you see that there, when my mum used to talk that kind of talk, I had a little resentment towards her, because I know you were struggling. I was doing what I was risking my life just to come and bring money for you, and you're telling me
you're not
it's the
taking
devil's
it.
money, you're not taking it. So you want, in my head, I didn't see sense. I saw reality through the devil's eyes. I'm thinking like, look at this woman, you think you're too good.
Hey.
Do you understand? You're prepared to let the family suffer, but then bend your, just take a little backhander. It's
Hey. So seems like you've had a relationship with God for your whole life. Yeah.
Yeah, because mum and dad, they were mum used to run churches, so be part of a church. We went to scouts and all that. So
Okay.
mum was always like, African families is before you learn ABC, you learn Psalm 23. So it's God, 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 God. This is what it is. So we've always been pushed God. So the thing is, there's not really no reason for the way I went, but my own choices.
Yeah. So how's your relationship with God now, right at this present time?
But you know what is, I'll be honest,
How do you see?
God is my oxygen.
Yeah.
Is my oxygen. I cannot wake up. When I wake up, like before I know I'm awake, I don't open my eyes. Open my eyes, blink, realize I'm here, close my eyes, and I say my prayers, because I'm grateful for every day that I wake up. Because with everything I've done in life, there's many people that, you know what, I could have said, like, you should have been here. I should have swapped, me and you should trade places. But you know what, God has a bigger purpose for me. Do you understand? So I made a lot of mistakes, but the thing is, with God now, He's kind of kept me. That's my, that person I was looking for to impress.
Yeah, it's God.
That's
now.
my older. That's the person I need to be impressing, because He's given me so much of a chance.
100%. Is that your God over there?
That's
Big up Logos. Big up Logos up in the place,
that's the person I'm trying to impress now. I'm not trying to impress nobody else, because once I'm right with God, I could be right with everybody else.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't right with God when I was younger. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't, because the decisions I made in life, and I don't blame anyone, it's always yourself. Yeah. The decisions that I made in life, like, were nothing to do with God.
Okay, I hear you.
There's nothing to do with God.
When did you make it right with God? After you started going on the right path, or before?
I started going on the right. It was about 2000 and.
Was it God that helped you?
15. When I was come out, I was still kind of lost a little bit. Okay. I was still wild. I was still like. I had a buzz. You've been in jail, you're the guy, innit? So I came out with the same thing. But when I came out, the wing wasn't there. The people weren't there. The people that made me feel great about, Big Frank, on the wing, they weren't there. So I think all I was just sort of looking around, and I just saw flats, and I saw nobody was there. So like that, I felt like this. And it's not when someone sticks a pin in you, just deflate, and I realised like, I can't deal with just being me, bro. I need the people, because the thing is, the people were my energy. Yeah. Being by myself, I felt like, oh no, I can't deal with this, but I need to be back. Because the thing is, as big as you can be and as strong as you can be, and your name can ring so many bells, you know what? You are only as big as whatever your kids see in front of them. Okay. Do you understand? And when I came out, my kids saw me as a stranger. Yeah. So I was no longer that big guy no more. Doesn't matter if I run the wing. I was a little boy right now. I was a lost sheep. The people that I wanted to embrace me didn't embrace me. The mum embraced me, and she was like, when she's pushing the kids towards you, and the kids are crying. I'm pushing them like we're playing a game. Come here, no. It was horrible, bro. So it's a wake up call. And then one time my friend said to me, come to the church. I said, oh, but I don't know about all of that, bro.
Okay.
It's a bit much. He said to me, oh, yeah, no, it's a good church as well. I said, oh, bro, wow, laugh. You know what it is, yeah? People are going to go there, they're just going to look at me and... going
to judge you and
yeah,
that.
I thought, oh, yeah. I said, I'm not on it, man. And when he said African church, I said, oh, drop me out of it, man. Drop me out of it. But then his wife, Dami, which is my good friend, she must have had a dream and said that in her dream, she saw there was me, I was in the middle of this no land, and I'd gone blind.
Okay.
And the thing is, I was looking around, I was calling for help, and nobody was there.
So it's a representation of the life you was living.
Yeah, and when I came out, the wing wasn't there, so I was lost. When I came home, I was lost because my mum, she didn't really want me around at the time because of what I was doing.
Yeah.
She didn't want the police on the door, and I come home to my kids. And I was lost to them as well. So it started. When I was saying, like, bruh, how does she know this? So when I was sitting there listening, she's telling me you're lost. And then she said to me, but you know what is? God came to you and like he woke you up and your life changed. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. They're going with this God stuff again. God, where was God for 15, 16 years of my life when mum was struggling and crying every day? So I just thought, all right, I went to bed that same day that she told me that dream, and I had a dream that I went blind.
Okay.
And I said, what the hell is this, man? And an angel touched me and said to me, listen, from this day, I'm prepared to give you your sight, but I want you to turn your life around. And I was saying, yes, please.
What's this, in the dream?
In the dream.
Okay.
I turned around, it was Dami.
Okay.
Jibs' wife. It was an angel in the thing.
In the dream?
In the dream. And she just spoke to me before about she had a dream. Yeah. After that, I said to myself, I was so scared. I said, I need to go to church. I need to go to church because I didn't know what that blindness represented. If it is me blind or the things I'll be lost amongst the people I'm curious. So I started going to church. And when I go to church, bruv, see, from that time I went to church, my life, I tell you like this, that bad seed that I used to be was washed away and a new seed was planted. Okay. Do you understand? And this tree has grown into, this tree is giving nothing but good energy. I'm not saying I don't have my bad side about me, I don't have my bad ways.
What, did you get baptized again?
Yeah, born again.
Yeah, born again, okay.
Born again in 2016, but you know what it is? I'm on the right path. I still have my moments, but the thing is, I know when I know how I've grown, because I can mess up, and I can sit down, and sometimes my boys like have to check me, and like in my head I'll be thinking, like, why am I sitting there? I have to let this geezer talk to me. Like, I shouldn't have it. But the thing is, that is part of growth. I have to sit there. If you know me all your life, you can't say because I'm not going to speak to Frank because he's going to do this and that to me. You should be able to talk to me. Yeah, 100%. So they used to check me, and I'm thinking like, right, and you feel like when you've been just mugged off completely. But the thing is, the lesson is defensive. The lesson is not a mugging. What they're spitting is all facts, and the thing is, it registers. Because many times I have to sit down and sit there and let it register and maybe think is it actually this way? If I didn't do this situation would never occur. So how can you then try to take control of the situation the way you want to, and the way you want to got you where you didn't want to.
100%. So you was the cause.
Yeah. So I sit down and like even my the kids when they say to me, Daddy, you know what, I didn't like the way. I can sit down now. I can register and I don't get angry no more. Before, shut up, who are you talking to, bro? Do you know what I've done out there for you to be talking to me like that? You can't talk to me like that.
So that seems like that's part of the ego?
It's part of the ego. And the thing is, it's the bravado, that comes with that lifestyle, because people big you up like, you're that guy. But the thing is, you're only that guy as far as you're helping them become that guy. Okay, I feel. Do you understand? If you're not helping them become that guy, you're not that guy. He's a waste man. He's not even on it. He's not even really about that life. Because you understand. But when you're helping them get up as well, you're putting them on or giving them money. The thing they're making money. You daddy, you stepdaddy, you everything. The minute you step away, you think, bro, I stepped away from the game for a long time, and like I've never been like you see a lot of people, I'm not knocking anyone who's been in the game who don't know it. They promote their whole life. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just for, it's like, you want everyone to know that you've done this and you've done that, you've done all these boxes, you killed this one, you killed that one. Just like, you know what? So you can get that recognition that you want. You see me, like, people know certain things, but nobody knows everything. The only person who knows everything about me is the person I buried in 2012, Frank.
Okay.
Because I've never ever glamorized my life. Like, our thing is, because I'm not proud of what I did. I did some stupid, when I'm telling you there's some dirt things that I've did just for money and just to back people, and just like it's stupidity.
100%.
So when I buried him, I buried all the stories, because the thing is, I don't believe in, like, if you're trying to make a change, use your steps that you did back in the day to teach them. Don't
100%.
don't talk about how much money you made, because the thing is, you're still given that option to stay in the street. Because if I know that at the end of the day, I got nicked 100 times, but I made 100 bags, I'm gonna risk it for 100 bags.
100%.
If a kid listening to that is going to risk it for 100 bags, because you may never see 100 bags.
So you think that people that do that for monetary purposes, or you think that's just wrong?
I don't.
To get a wage so they can live. Or how do you feel? How do you feel?
I don't know. I can't knock people for the way they are, because everybody's situation is different. Some people, I can say, like, they grew with nothing. So 100%. They, what, you're walking outside, your kids got this, their kids, they can give their kids this, you can't give your kids this. You go to school, pressure. The minute you leave your house, there's pressure. You see, in your house is the only peaceful place you can find, because people are not watching what you're wearing. People are not watching what watch you got or what clothes. They don't even care if you're wearing rags. Because in your house, you're special. It's when you come out of your house, that's where the problems start. The pressure. And the thing is, the pressure is what makes people jump onto things that they're not designed for.
100%.
Even though I'm going to say to you, like, I loved it. I could be in the game, I could do whatever. But the thing is, I was not designed for that. Because when I tell you I wasn't designed that, because my mother designed me. God gave her the blueprint. My mum and dad designed me and made me. They never made me for the road.
I feel you.
I made myself that road. But the thing is, I was not designed for it. So it was only destiny that if I came out of this game, I would find something, get my true calling.
I hear you. No, 100%. I totally feel you. So, you see, like, on your Instagram, I see you posting a lot of positive stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you do it?
Do you know what it is? I think, like, that's the new me anyway. Yeah. But I owe it to people to let them know that there is a better side of life. Don't just look at what you see on the screen, like people holding the money to their ears and talking, and that's the way of life. That is not life.
Don't look at it on face value.
Yeah, that is not life, because the thing is, all you're seeing is money. You're not seeing the sentence that they go through. You're not seeing the bullets that are getting shot after them. You're not even seeing the tears the mum cried.
No, 100%. They're not showing that side of it.
Say that sometimes we're talking also to ourselves through things that we put out.
So through the post, are you actually confirming to yourself things that you're instilling within yourself as well as giving it away?
Yeah, most of the stuff I write is helping me deal with my own form of counselling as well. I'll be honest, because a lot of stuff I write is like deep. People say, like, how do you think like that? But you know what? You have to have been somewhere in order to write like that.
100%.
Because is a lot of people, but the thing is, the difference is everyone tells people, like, I was on the road, I did this, I've never told people do anything. You don't know me. I'm a personal trainer with a funny laugh. You just know that Frank.
Unless they personally know you, but
champion. That's all it is. But the thing is, I've never told people my life. You understand? If you know, you know. I'm not interested in. I want to be, because I'm not interested in being a man. I just want to be the man for my kids. That's all I'm interested in. So when I write my messages, they're deep because the life I lived was so deep. And the thing is, because I never shared it with anybody, I've had to carry that burden on myself. You see, when you have your man them and you're talking to man them and say, yeah, I just did this, I did that. When you're talking to them, releases the pressure off you. Because they justify what you've done, so you feel good about yourself.
Yeah,
but when you ain't got no one to justify it for, and you're just doing it, it adds actual nails in your hands. Many times I've woken up, and I've just had like I used to have dreams, bro. I'm sleeping and I'm waking up, and somebody had a gun on me, and I look at the face, it was me.
Okay. Yeah.
It was me, and I said to myself, like, what does this mean? He said, you know what it is? And I sat down and I realised it, and I'm killing myself. This life that you're doing is killing yourself. You're not even realising, bro. And I said, sometimes I look at my kid and I'm looking like they look at me like, yeah, you're Superman, but I'm looking at like, and I said, no, but when I'm looking at them, I'm saying, no, I'm not Superman. I'm not even the guy that you think I am. I've been lying to you for how long? I've been lying. I'm a devil. I'm not even. I'm not the dad you think I am, because I can't even tell you what I did. I couldn't even tell you that what I bought from the shop, because I never went to the shop. Do you understand?
For you was never under the influence when you ever did it.
You know what? I was it's my natural high.
he wasn't
never under the influence, because I've never been like that. Smoke.
I can remember. Yeah.
I was just like, you know what it is? I had a goal. I wanted something.
Might have a little drink here and there.
Yeah, a little drink. But I was just, I had that natural anger in me. But the thing is, that anger was being built up from, you know, it's my own selfishness. Yeah. My selfishness, wanting, not appreciating enough what mum and dad were doing. And not that I wasn't grateful, but the thing is, because I still wanted more. So for me, it's a lack of appreciation for what they were doing. Do you understand? My brothers are happy wearing like my old trainers. But I didn't have nobody else. I was the oldest. So the thing is, so what trainers do I get then?
The only reason
I feel you.
Because a lot of people that did a lot of things in their young days or whatever, a lot of people did things under the influence. So a lot of like it's a whole different beast when you're doing everything you're doing sober. Do you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people use.
If they do certain mad stuff, I know certain people.
A lot of people, you see, like I'll be honest with you.
Because they blame it on the.
If people, without talking too much, like did half of what I did sober, they wouldn't be able to live with themselves. They wouldn't be able to live with themselves. People have to get lean, they have to get drunk to go out and do this. I was just doing it because like I was just cold. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't say I was demonic, but I was nothing of God, bro. Like I can when I sit down and look at myself now, but you weren't of God. You weren't of God. You're so far detached from God. God was like a street legend to me. You know, you know that God, yeah. You remember what he done for that? Yeah. Like you hear like your oldest, he done it. It was like a street legend for me. It was not something like, whatever. You know what I mean? What I was doing is not stupid. Like I was led down the wrong path, and then once you get down that path, you become comfortable. Like I don't even need you guys anymore. Like I'm Big Frank now. The guys that you taught me, they couldn't talk to me no more.
Yeah.
Because you trained me to be something I wasn't prepared for. Now you've made it, you can't control it. Do you understand? It's like a pit bull. You see, when you train a pit bull, you can either train a pit bull to be a family dog, and they train you and they still protect you, or you can train it to be a killer. So they trained me in the wrong way, and I don't blame them, because the thing is, I chose to allow them to train me.
You kind of wanted it as well.
I trained them, so I knew why I was sitting there letting them do it, so I can gain that. And when I got there, I just didn't care. I didn't care. So I've had to sit now. I'm around good people now where, you know what, when you're falling back, people tell me, like, when I move to the area, they tell me, like, listen, bro, slow down. Know your space, know your place, slow down. And the thing is, for me, I'll sit down and I'm saying to myself, no, you really don't know. But then I can say to myself, you know what, I need you. Elders, even people my age, sometimes tell me them, because of the way they speak to me, I call them uncle. It's a respectful thing, because the thing is, they see the good in me, and they always, you know, when I mess up, they check me proper. They don't allow me to mess up, even if they have to, like, bro, fix yourself up. And when I hold this, I'm looking like, I'm not fighting nobody, because the thing is, you're doing it for a good reason.
I hear you, definitely.
Do you understand? Because before, if I thought you even come here with but it's gone, and I'll deal with the consequences. But the thing is, you have part of growing up is being part of being able to take that constructive criticism.
100%.
Being able to be somebody, if they have to rough you up, listen to them. They're not roughing you up for a bad reason, you know. They're roughing you up because the thing is they love you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, many people have grabbed me and said, "Listen, bro, come and sit down here now, because you're messing about now. I don't want to see you go." You know what that means to me? For someone to say, "I don't want to see you go," because when I was 21, I didn't even care if I went. I didn't care if I went, but now I'm sitting down. I think like my life is everything.
No, definitely. It takes a person that loves you to actually pull you up. And
I've got people around me, uncle, who just tell me like, "Listen, fix yourself up, nephew. Do what you're doing. Stop messing about." You know what it is? You've got something. Do you understand? You don't need to prove yourself. You have something. 100%. But use it for the right thing. You know, definitely. You're not a person people just go around and just push around. You're not, but you don't have to be here. You know, we're here because we got no other option. You have plenty of options. You're smart. You've got kids. You can do things. Like, and to hear somebody like who's like notorious, a big fella. I can't mention no names, but the thing is, he's that guy talking to me like that. I'm saying to myself, look at this. So what he's doing is what I was trying to do for my brothers.
Hey.
He's an older person, you know, you lost in the world, that guinea pig. He's done things so I don't have to do it.
Yep, and
you see the roles of the time now. So God's put me in as my little brother position. Now, and he's the older brother, telling me, listen, do. So now I've got no choice but listen. I have 100%. To listen. Because God, you know, God plays chess with your life. He puts you in a situation here. Sometimes you get checkmate, but the thing is, that checkmate is a lesson. It's not the end of the game.
No, definitely.
He said to the teacher, he said to you, and then put you back here. So he said to you, so you know, don't go down this way because this is what's going to happen. And move you somewhere else. Yeah. It's
for you to learn the lessons.
Come on, bro. Bro. Even like, I'll be honest, that even sitting here and being here with you, bro, is massive. 100%. It's massive because the thing is, where you've come from as well, you came from the same ground as me. We wore the same trainers. You know what I mean? So the path that we walked on is the same. 100%. So the thing is,
that's just trying to sit there like an
seeing you do what you do, and see even Junior, seeing what you're doing. I grew up with these people, and you like.
100%.
You see what you lot are doing, like massive, bro.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So like, I feel like, you know, like I feel like honoured to be in your presence because the thing is to see, like, you know what, I wasn't around to witness it, but I'm here now to applaud it because it's big moves that you lot are doing.
Come on, 100%.
It's big moves, and it means a lot to me to see that, you know, people that I grew with, and the thing is to see them what they're doing now, because there's a lot of people I grew with that's
still in the same mentality, and the same mind frame.
Or we have to visit in the cemetery.
100% cemetery or in jail. Yep.
What sparked the thought with the real focus apparel?
You see this kind of like, I was in lockdown one time. I've been working 10 years solid. With no breaks. This is something that's new to me, and I got home, so I wasn't used to no lockdown. When I got in, I kind of felt lost because, you know, since I came out of jail, I got a job. I've been in a routine. Wake up, this what you have to do. The routine was gone. So now I'm sitting at home, and I'm lost, and I don't know what to do, and I'm thinking like, how do I fill this void? And like, I'm not gonna lie to you, even though I've changed. There's a side of me that I thought I buried him, and he was like, he started to talk to me again. Like, bro, you know what? So what are you gonna do for money? What are you gonna do for money? What, you gonna sit here when your kids ask you what you gonna do? He's asking me, interrogating me questions, and asking me. This Frank asking me questions. Like, so when your kids need money, what are you not gonna do? Because you've been giving them everything. Yeah. Now you're not working. Keep it, so consistent. What are you gonna just live off the savings? That's not good enough because you never lived off the savings. Now, I'm asking myself all these questions, and I'm creating back. It's like I'm breathing life back into the old me, trying to wake him up so I can get back into that mode. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, I can't do this anymore, bro. So I was sitting down with myself. I said, you know, bro, there's got to be something else. I can't afford to. I was dabbling with the idea, bro. It's like heads or tails. Should I do? Should I not? And I'm thinking, like, no, bro. But I've got kids. But the thing is, I've got kids wasn't enough. Like, I've got kids, but they're used to a lifestyle. How can I not give them the lifestyle? If they ask me, Daddy, I want this, I can't do. So I said to myself, you know what? I sat down with myself one day and I said to myself, you know what, bruv, I need to think of something I can do that's going to fill that void. Otherwise, I know my head, I'm talking too much to myself and it's not good. So I said to myself, you know what? sat down and I sit down and I thought like, let me start a clothing brand.
Okay.
I just thought like, it was just like a hobby, like just something to just, you know, even if I don't get it done, just drawing pieces every day. And I drew this image like real focus, like the top I'm wearing now. And it's like it started with just the initial RF, and I thought, RF. I'm thinking, yeah, real focus. And I'm thinking, like, but that's not a name that it doesn't ring bells to people.
So the RF came before the real focus, before you knew the...
Before I knew the name.
Okay.
But I just like this, something I was drawing and it just, just RF just appeared on the thing, and I'm thinking like, what is this? Like this exact logo come on the thing, and I'm thinking like, I didn't even know why I drew it.
Okay.
It was like,
just came into your head.
I was thinking of things to do, and God's just drawing, taking control of my hand, just writing something. I'm thinking like, what is this? I'm thinking like, what can I RF? It looked nice. What can I call it? What can I do? And then it's only till I sat down and I just stopped thinking that I became real focused.
Okay.
And then I said to myself, you know, that's the brand. And I said to myself, but it doesn't ring a bell like Gucci. But the thing is, you're not trying to be like Gucci.
Yep, 100%.
What you're trying to do, Frankie, you're trying to help stop yourself from falling back into your old way, you know? Because if you go down that way this time, you might be...
So it's actually a reminder to yourself as well.
You might be going back to that cemetery this time. You're lucky last time. So then I was sitting down, I made the brand, and then I got I was thinking like, so what does this brand represent to me? And I said to you, without the gym, I was struggling. Not financially, but just mentally. So that's where I come up with this slogan, no struggle is ever too much if you're real focused. Because when you start to focus, then you find alternatives to what you do. You find your purpose. You only start to find your purpose once you become focused. And when you become focused, you find you.
Okay, I feel
the you that you've been looking for becomes visible to you.
Okay.
So then I looked at, when I'm starting my brand, I'm starting looking at myself, I made this brand, I got the first piece making, and I made it, and I thought, oh, this is nice, but something's missing. Something's missing. I said, I actually like this, I could do this, but do you believe that it could, if you did it, it would work? And I said to myself, bang.
Believe.
Let me put the belief on the sleeve, because the thing is, without this...
Just a reminder.
This is just
the reminder to stay real focused.
Yeah, this is paperwork.
I feel you, I got you.
If you believe in yourself, yeah, no struggle is ever too much if you're real focused. If you get real focused, anything you plan can happen.
100%.
This is the brand.
No, 100%. I like it.
It's just there to empower people, to make people realize. Because there's a time in life, you know what? Everybody goes through it where your mind starts playing mad tricks on you. You understand? You might walk past a road that used to be on, and like you see like kids are like making it. I'm thinking like, right, little kid driving a big car. Remember them days? Let me just it's only £10 phone, you know. But then you got to realize, you know what? That £10 phone cost you 10. It could cost you 10 years of your life.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's why I did all these brands, and then I ended up off this brand. It kind of, I've made my first pieces for myself, and like I thought, I started sharing a couple with my friends, and Junior, I showed him my idea on WhatsApp. He said to me, bruv, this is big. And I thought, huh? What are you talking about? He said, no, this is big, bruv. You need to make your own page. And I'm thinking, bruv, it's not that deep, bruv. I just did it for me, because when I get up in the morning, and I was thinking, I ain't got nothing to do, realise that it's not that deep, you know, Frank. The struggle's not that deep. But he's telling me, no, dude, you got to do this, you got to do a page, bruv. It's nice. And then when he said to me, he phoned me, he said, I want to come and collect pieces. I said, hey, what, of my hoodie? I said, you know what? That's when I started to believe, and I said, you know what? So I own big
up Big J, big up in the cut.
I said to myself, you know what? This kid, since I've been doing this thing, he's been on my back. Like, you know what?
No, definitely.
He's younger than me, but he's the big brother that I never had. Frank, get out of there. Stop doing this. Do this. Stop sitting on sleeping.
Yeah, that's Big J.
The way I talk to people, he's talking to me, and I'm thinking like, the thing is, that way I know I'm grown now, I have to take it from him. Because I was one of the kids that they looked up to when we were growing up. Right. So now I'm taking orders from him. So the thing is, for me, it's not him telling me, mugging me off, or telling me what to do. He's thinking about how to better me. So how can I not sit back, take note, and listen to what someone's saying?
Yeah, you know the
Because if
intention.
someone's trying to tell you off and they have no bad intention for you, see when it goes in your ear, it blocks. The first word goes in
100%.
and it blocks.
Yeah.
You don't even pay attention.
Look
But
how
when
many
it,
years now, bro.
yeah,
I
but
see
see what I'm
people
saying?
from different countries where-
But
yeah.
I was shocked because this was just a thing to help me get through COVID, and now people in California, Dubai, they're all over the place. And the thing is, for me, it's not so much about the money or making money from it. It's just that, you know what, I can be proud of how far I've come.
100%,
I've got
100%.
something. This is my receipt. I'm a changed man, you know. My kids can say like, you know what, I've got a real Focus hoodie. This is my daddy's brand, you know.
100%.
And that's the receipt. This doesn't make up for everything I've done, but it makes up for what I'm gonna give to the kids now.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. So the years that I lost with them, I'm giving it back because I'm giving them back the dad that they wanted and something of purpose.
No, definitely.
Because with this, I add purpose to my life. I had direction. Do you know what I mean?
Yep,
So it's no
100%.
longer just walking down the alleyway. I walk straight on the street now.
Yep.
Yeah. Before it gets dark, I'm already in my house, sitting down with my kids, talking to them and getting them ready for the next day. I missed all them days growing up. I missed it. I saw them when they go to school. I saw them for the 2 hours after. They hit the bed, I was gone. You know, because I had other engagements. But the thing, see, money draws people down the wrong roads. You know, we all need money. But when you worship money, that's when it becomes. That's when you become the devil that it wants you to be. Because you prepared to do anything. I wouldn't even say a slave. You become an actual devil because you know what it is? The devil has no morals. For money is the only thing that will make you turn on your own brother. You rob from your own mum for this thing. You become a devil. That's a devil. Because he will make you do everything that God says not to. And that's where I say, when people say to me, "Oh, bruv, you're a bit wild." No, I was a complete devil, bro. Because the thing is, when I look at myself now, I see like a man in transition. Yeah, I can see a man. You know what? His wings haven't grown yet, but I can see little spikes. They're coming.
He's on the path.
But the thing is, but I don't see that man there. Sometimes I look back. I used to look at myself and like, you know what? I'll be honest, I used to be afraid of the reflection. I used to sleep, like I had problems sleep. When I was growing up, I never told people, I had problems sleeping. Because, you know what it is, yeah? When you see so much, like I've seen so many people die in front of me, it's like, I don't want to go to sleep. You know, I don't want to go to sleep because what if I go to sleep and I don't get up? What if I go to sleep and someone comes in my house? I was scared to sleep, bro. So like, I used to tell my brother to come and stay in the room. It's deep like that, but he doesn't ever know. Bunk bed. I'm a grown man. I've got a bunk bed in the room. So my brother could say that because I felt safe when he was there. You know, so like, safe not in worried about people, is worried about myself. That, you know what, if I conk out and I'm sleeping a bit too long, my brother will always wake me up. You know, Frank, get up, you need to go. Because some days, like, he'll say, brother, you're sleeping too long. And then,
you kind of had a fear of death then from early.
My brother will wake me up. So I knew having someone there, you know, if I'm doing something that I'm not in control of, he'll wake me up. So like sometimes now, even like now, I used to like a lot of people were like 2 years ago, my dad had a stroke. Yeah, it kind of messed me up a little bit, but he went to bed. He was fine, watching football, he took himself to bed. He went to sleep, bruv. In his sleep, he had the stroke. If my brother had just come from Northampton to visit the house, so God, I don't know what made him come down that day, but God brought him to the house. He heard a noise, he went upstairs. He's a doctor now, so he saw the signs that something's not right. So he got him up, and he realized, just from the symptoms, he could realize that he's having a stroke. Called the doctor. The doctor said, if he'd have been 30, 40 minutes later, Dad, DOA, gone. So my brother saved him, and the thing is, now this, like, had a big impact on me, because that fear of sleep started all again. Because look, Dad has gone to sleep, so you know what I do now? I just fall asleep. I'll watch TV and I'll
don't try to go actually.
No, I don't go. No. I'll never volunteer myself to go to sleep. I'm a grown man. I can say it. I fall asleep because the thing is, you know, it's sometimes in your life, yeah, you do so much in your life, yeah. That's what I'm saying to you, because I've had to deal with it myself. You have your own demons. I don't have, like you say, like you know, people have their demons and their angels.
Yeah.
I've all had demons because I've had to deal with it myself. So I'm battling with myself every day. Even when I get up in the morning, what should I do now? Should I? I gotta go to the gym, but you know what? But if money's a bit low, what am I gonna do? I need to go and let me do something quickly. I battle with my own demons, and sometimes I wake yourself up.
So you say you ain't got angels? Is that what you try to say?
I've got angels. Now I've got angels, but for many years I didn't have no angels.
You
I couldn't see
them.
no angels. So over the years, when you invest in yourself, the angels started to come.
Okay.
You know why? Because I opened up doors.
To them.
I was standing in front of. I was trying to open doors and I'm standing in front. I couldn't open it because I was blocking it myself.
So what advice would you give to people that's trying to open up doors?
I would
given from your own personal experience.
From my own personal experiences, one, is speak to people. Speak to people. I know once you get in that field, it's hard to get out of it because there's a lot of benefits of it, so-called benefits.
Are they really benefits though?
No, that's why I said so-called benefits, where you're able to buy things. But what you can't, as much money as you can, you can't buy back your life when it's gone. Yeah, you can't buy back the tears your mum sheds. You know, you can't buy back the fact that, you know, somebody's passed away because you're stressed out. You see, your mistakes, you can't buy them back. You understand? So I would always say, like, if you're ever stuck in that position, speak to people.
Open up,
because what I didn't open up. And like,
takes
good
courage
now.
to open up.
I'm good now because I'm working and keeping myself busy. But when you're not busy, you're constantly thinking all the time. And thinking is the problem. Thinking is the problem because the thing is, unless you open up, but I've got people around me, like, not everybody, but like the people that are on my journey that have seen certain things, I can relate, I can speak to them, but I can't, even like the kid's mum or my brothers, I can only tell them certain things that I'm comfortable with because the thing is, I'm afraid of that judgment.
I feel you.
You know, because you know what it is, when you dig deep into certain things, people start to like, you know, everybody changes, but whoa, you've gone down there, like, no, I don't want, and I'll be honest, that's the one thing that scares me.
So you say judgment from people.
Yeah, so you have to, as a kid, if you're stuck in that thing or anyone stuck in it, you want to speak to people because that's your best counselor is talking, holding it in. You know what? You're feeding the demon inside you because the thing is, it's going to create reasons why you should stay in the game. When you speak to people, the right people, they'll give you reasons why you need to be out of the game, and you're already 50-50 because you're reaching out. Okay. So you the odds are against leaving. And you know what is, don't feel that you need to prove nothing to people. Yeah, because people only glamorize what they want you to see so you can join them. But what you must understand,
they don't glamorize the other side.
No, what you must understand is people want you to work with them. Eventually you work for them so they can quit and get their life straight while you're doing the donkey work that they're doing. Because you see, it's a generational thing. Your olders train the youngers to do the things that they don't want to do no more. And they go and find businesses with the same money that you made for them. But they leave you. They give you that, you know, the package, welcome to the gang package. They don't tell you how to get out of the gang. How to use your money and make yourself thingy. But the thing is, they give you more reasons to stay in. Because you know what? You could buy your mum a house. You could buy that car. They want the Balenciagas. They want this. They're not telling you to go and get your books. But nowadays, some of the elders that are like ourselves and some others that have been down there and we made mistakes, when you talk to the kids and the kids come to them now, I own up and I see a lot of people telling them, go and do your books. Go and do your books. But the thing is, you see, the thing is now, I'll be honest with you, a lot of the pressure today in today's world comes from the peer pressure outside, kids wanting to have things that they can't afford, the parents can't afford. And you know what is it? I wouldn't blame their parents, but the teaching, sometimes the parents are not relatable to their kids.
Is it changed from our time? Or is it the same?
It's changed from our time because, you know, in our time, we grew up with parents that were strict.
But I think it's a bit different because like, we grew up with parents that didn't have parents that came from this country.
Yeah. So their upbringing was the proper upbringing. You know what? You were almost like, if I say jump, you ask how high. Everything was, you know what? One word and one word commands.
So you say it's more disciplined. Is that
It was more disciplined, and the thing is, you know what? They installed that. You know that respectful fear. You know your mum. You know when you to disappoint your mum back in the days, like, oh my days, how can I go home and face my mum? You see now, just F my mum. What mum?
Yeah, it's true.
I see people talking to the mum like it's your mate. Yeah, they're doing all this. Yeah, mum. Oh, yeah, you think I can spud my son? Are you mad?
Yeah.
Like, you see, when you do all of this, you're inviting that friendship.
So we say, are you saying that a parent can't be friends with their kids?
You can be a friend with your kid, but remember this: friends come and go. So, do you really want to be a friend to your kid? Because the thing is, like I said, my kids, I can put my hands down. They probably love their mum more than they love me. But you see, my kids, they fear me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm talking about respectful fear. So if I say to you, listen, go and do this, I don't have to speak more. I don't have to speak again. And the thing is, they still love me because when I come around, I'm still daddy. So being correct, and being sharp with your kids is nothing wrong with it because you're teaching them for their kids when they grow up.
100%.
You understand? You're teaching the kids that haven't been born. You understand? You're making men of your kids now. You're making women of your kids. You teach them values from now and they teach them purpose at like 6, 7, 8 years old. Yeah. Imagine what they're going to be when they're 32 if they carry it on. Imagine like that kid that went into the first karate class at 6 years old. And he didn't even know what he was doing. It was fun for him, and he's been still doing it 32 years old. Do you know how dangerous that person becomes?
Come on, of course, yeah.
So imagine the kid now, you got focused from that young age, and later in life he's still focused. That kid is a weapon, bro. He's a weapon. When I mean by the word weapon, he can't even afford to do wrong. Because he knows he's so disciplined and so structured. Everything he believes, he oozes confidence. You know, because he knows that how to be a man. He's been a man from an early age. You understand? Now he's given a license to. You see that kid grow.
100%.
You see that kid grow. But yeah, it's. I just always encourage kids. You know, I'm always a person. You know, I'm a person you can reach out to. I'm on social media, send no days off. I'll come, if you can't even come and sit down and speak to me. I may not be trending like some of the people that I've told you their whole life. But I'm not here, I can't glamorize something that I haven't even shared to the world.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I'm not proud of what I did. But I'm proud of the man that has made me today.
I hear you.
Do you understand? Because I'm in a position, I can sit down and I can reason with anybody.
What I like about you is that you express your struggles as well. You get me? You don't just glorify
No, come on, bro.
Get me? Say the stress about the stressful people times
people talk about BMW cars and Balenciagas and bro, tell them when you were eating beans, bro. Tell them when you're eating beans, bro. Tell them when you're eating beans and tune out the can.
Both sides of it, yep.
But that's people don't want to do that because the thing is that it's not trending.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's not on rotation. You know what I mean? If I want people to follow me and big me up, they need to see what I've achieved and what you think. Like buying all the material things, even buying a house and buying a car and buying this and buying that. My kids wear Balenciaga. It's not achieving. What is achieving is being able to tell your kids how you got the money and show them how I can be exactly like you and achieve exactly what you've achieved. That's achieving. See, success for me is being able to sit down with my kids and tell them exactly what I'm doing. Most of these people, they're giving their kids the Hollywood lifestyle, but you can't even tell your kids what you're doing. When was the last time you gave them clean money?
Yeah.
When was the last time you gave them clean money? Because really and truly, a successful man doesn't mind his kids walking in the same shoes that he's walked in. Think about that.
Yeah,
a successful man will want the kids walk in my shoes. Why would I want you to talk to anybody else? Walk in my shoes. I'm a perfect example. But the thing is, When you're putting your shoes outside of the house because you don't want your kids to find them and walk in them.
Yeah.
Do you understand? See how deep it is? It's deep like that. Now I can. Look, I used to hide my shoes because I don't want my brothers or anyone to get it. But now I can put my shoes next to my kids' shoes because the thing is, son, you see these shoes now, they don't fit you, but one day you're gonna fit you, yeah, and they're gonna take you where you need to be, because Daddy's laid down the foundation for you to walk in the right path. And this is the first time that I've been able to do it. So when he does it, eventually walking out and he starts doing the thing, it's going to be the happiest day of my life because I was a part of his journey, not a part of his destruction.
No, definitely. I feel you.
Yeah, we have to be real with it, man.
No, definitely. That was deep, yeah. 100%.
It's reality because the thing is, you see when you tell this story, tell it correctly. You know what it is? I see a lot of people, they're not glamorizing, they've made the transition, but the thing is, they tell their story so people can see, like, they can compare. All right, he was the trapper, the king of the year, and now he's over here. So they want you to see the transition. Yeah. You see, for me, I don't even want you to know where I came from.
But sometimes, like, say in church, for instance, some people will give it's like a testimony, innit?
Yeah. You see, like that, I did that in church, but even in church, I couldn't even tell them everything I did. But I did.
But would it have been bad for you to tell them everything you did?
No, because the thing is, I still felt like
fear of judgment.
That's my problem. I didn't care about people, but I cared what the youngers. What I'm trying to help. I'm trying to speak to you, but then I'm gonna be telling you like, right, I could even actually scare you. Yeah. I don't want to scare you and put you off it completely because the thing is, like, there's a difference between being a role model. I see like some of the people on the road, like I was saying, like, you tell people you've done all this, and then they see you over here. They can see the transition, but the thing is, they've given them the whole blueprint to do it. I'm not giving nobody no blueprint, but I can tell you enough that I'm comfortable with you knowing, yeah. And you, from what I've told you and where I am now, you can see the transition. 100%. Even if you know me, just without even knowing that I was on the street, just from the way I used to talk then and my grammar now and the what things I'm doing now, this is not Frank. This is new Frank. Yeah. So the thing is, point two. So the thing is, this is the new album, bro. So this you enough to see that because you don't have to tell your whole life in order to get the message across.
Do you believe that some people do it because they feel like they haven't dealt with themselves yet, and they feel like if they don't tell it as a story, then it was all in vain, if you understand what I'm saying?
I think a lot of people, some people generally are doing it just to pass the message on. Some people, I believe,
pass what the negative?
No, the message, the positive message, the transition, that there is life after the street thing.
But you feel like there's always a glorification within what they say.
But I think, like, when people talk about it, not everybody, some people, they glorify it too much before they get to the transition part.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, when I was out there, I sold the most boxes, I made this money, I made that money, but now look at me, I've stopped all that life, I went to jail, I came out, did this. But the thing is, you're still giving them things that will relate to them and give them a thing that they're ready to take that chance for. Because the thing is, all right, this man, he went through all of that, he changed his life around, which is good, but the thing is, he made 100 bags over it. You know what?
But he might have went to jail though. But
he went to jail for 3-4 years. But I had 100 bags. I made 100 bags.
Yeah, they only see the 100 bags. I'm
thinking, wait, I could make the 100 bags without going to jail. I might have to let me just, let me follow his story so I can just see where he messed up and then change it. And this is what they tried to do. Because remember, with every generation, there's always a new Frank, there's always a new Flash, there's always a new person trying to be the new and improved version. They carry on from where we made the mistake. They don't go the whole journey because the whole journey is too risky. So they carry on from where we made a mistake, change it there, and then they change their game. Then when they make the mistake, somebody else comes up to be the new them, and they start from where they made the mistake and correct it. So it's like people just joining the dots. So, but that's why I would never say to somebody, yeah, you know, I made X and X money and I made this and that money. Whatever I've made, innit? I've done little things and I'm proud of. I can say, you know, if my kids should be okay. But the thing is, what I'm saying is like by all means, tell them what you've achieved in life in the game, because the thing is, that's the facts of the game.
Yeah.
Nobody goes in the game just to be driving an Astra. Yeah. Like a Enrich Astra. You're not in the game for that. You're not in the game to be wearing Casio still.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You're in the game to be wearing the Rollies, that live that life. So you're gonna glamorize it, because that is, you're not telling lies. This is part of the life, the part of the package that comes. But when you're telling the package, tell them at what price the package was earned.
100%.
So then you give them the option, like, boy, I had 6 people shoot at me today. They come to my mum's house, lick down my mum's door. Be real with them. Tell them the whole truth. Because if you're going to tell them the truth, even if you're telling them testimony, tell them the whole truth. Don't tell them what you earned. Tell them how you earned it and what you had to do. Then they might think. You know what I mean?
But some people think that won't attract as many, isn't that's the problem, isn't it?
Tell them how your mum and dad felt.
100. That's what they need to do. Yeah.
Tell them.
100%.
Tell them, because when I tell the story, I tell you like now, yeah. My mum gave birth to me in 1978. My mum's known me for 22 years. For 20 years, she was walking in the house with a stranger, because the person I was a complete. I had the same surname, but I was a fucking devil, mate. I was nothing to do with her. Because my mother gave birth to me. She held me for 9 months, but she didn't make the monster that was inside of me. That was my own choices. So my mum walked around talking to somebody, you know what, that had no reflection. I used to look at myself, there's no reflection. This is just a dark kid. That guy on the floor that people look as a shadow, that was me. Motionless, just absolutely dark. I didn't care.
So you had no one to blame but yourself.
Blame but myself, because the thing is, you know what is in life, yeah? We can all say, oh, it was the elders, it was this person, but look, what are your elders doing now? They got businesses, they're doing things correctly. So why didn't you make the same choices that they made and make yourself thingy? So the thing is, I can't say, oh, I was influenced. Yes, I could be influenced, but it's still my choice to go and be influenced. You understand? Because I'm a student of life, like I did a post earlier. You are a student of your own life, but you are also the teacher of your own life. Because every lesson you learn in life is made by choices you make, not nobody else, you make. So you have to be the teacher. Drag yourself to the front of the class. Don't always be the student listening. Drag yourself to the front of the class and talk to yourself.
I hear you.
Fix yourself up, because you can save you.
Is it possible? Do you think it's possible for someone's purpose to be leading people astray for their own money?
I don't. To be honest, yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say that's a purpose, because nobody was born on this earth. Everyone's born of God, yeah. We're not born on this earth to do what we do. But some people are just, you know what? Some people learn a trade. They do plumbing. They do electrician. Some people learn to be a ginnels. Yeah, I know how to drag the youth in, corrupt them, and make them do. And the Piper played. I was one of them people. You understand? I led kids astray. But when I sit down and look at it back now, I was a scumbag, because you know what? Imagine if somebody did that to my kids, how would I feel? But I'm doing it to somebody else. Who gave me the right to do that?
Yeah, 100%.
Who gave me the right to do that? Because they're making me so I could have nice trainers and nice. Like, I led you astray, because the thing is, I would never teach my kids what I'm teaching you. You understand? I'm meant to be teaching you how to live in life, how to adapt to life, but I'm teaching you how to mess up your life. Do you know what I mean? It's deep, bro. It's deep.
So what could have got through to you? What 20 years ago when you was what angle could have got through to you? Apart from you having to go jail and see witness your kids not know you as daddy, is there any other way that you think that could have got through to you? Really? Because
shall I tell you this? This is my life story, bruv. This here, I don't think anybody could have got through to me. So I turn the pages, everything saying street, till I got to this chapter where I needed to change. So for that whole era, if like my mum's tears couldn't help me. My mum was sick in hospital. My mum had a stroke. Nothing could change me. I see death. Family members were dying. Like my family would be crying. I'd be front like, yeah, but he's dead. Like, because I'm so used to seeing it. Yeah. Oh, uncle died. Oh, mum, you know what? He's gone now. Just, you know what? Crying. It doesn't make sense. Because for me, He died on Monday, but Tuesday is another day. I got to get out and do what I'm doing. So I was black-hearted. I didn't like, so nobody could have changed me. I had to change myself, and my journey was purposeful because I had to, sometimes you have to reach inside yourself in order to realize that you're the reason why you're drowning.
100%.
You are the life, you are the oxygen that you breathe. Only you can save yourself.
100%.
So until you realize that you're drowning, you're not even going to try and save yourself. Some people have to go down so deep before they realize that, oh, I'm drowning, but by then it's too late.
Struggle's more intense.
Bruv, I'm telling you, bruv. So I don't think anything could have changed me because the thing is, everybody around me was on the same thing. My mum and dad were not from the streets. My brothers were not from the streets. People around me were not from the streets. But everywhere you go, people were glorifying your behaviour, which made it worse. You know?
100%. I feel you.
The minute people put big after Frank, that was it. It was like wearing a crown. You know, and I used to see like everybody, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, he's a top boy, but everybody can wear the crown, but there's only one seat on the throne, and I thought that was mine. So I didn't even care. So the thing is, Big Frank, it meant something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, it meant something. I go to clubs, I was all right. I go to West End clubs, I was all right. I can go in. You know what I mean? I was going places, it was all right. But I didn't even care if I rang bells amongst people or gangs. I didn't care because I wasn't doing it to be recognised by that gang. Because what's the point of making money to have beef with somebody over the same money that you're making? Money's meant to be peaceful. If I'm doing it because I want to make it for myself. I was never in a problem like that where I had people running after me, ones and twos, but the thing is, I wouldn't go and rob you because I'll look at you and say, right, is that what my man made? You know what? Up your game. I'm gonna make that. 100%. I don't believe in robbing, but the thing is, you know what? In life, you get to that situation where your ribs are touching. You have to do what you have to do. It's a part of growing up. If you don't dabble in things, you know, you never learn what the consequences are of things. You understand? Like I said, definitely. Somebody has to be the guinea pig. Until you go there, you won't have the experience to teach the others. Do you understand? But yeah, so like I always I just think. Like today's world, we as the people that I can only speak for the generation that came after us. Yeah, we have a big part to play in fixing the generation after us because we are part of the problem because we we created the curriculum.
We helped.
We created the curriculum of this is how to live. This is how to make money. So the thing is, once you're creating that curriculum, we become the teachers. They look up to us. We're teaching them all the wrong things. So like, what about let's now let them graduate from that game and just start teaching them the right things.
100%.
But the thing is, when you're not in the game no more, you're not relevant no more. Do you understand? This is the problem you have as well because the kids respect people that are still in the game because he's that guy. He stayed in the game. But they're not. They're looking at it for the wrong things because you're still in the game and they can hear all the stories that you're feeding them. But the thing is, they don't realize that. I'm still in the game because I can't get out of the game. You see, some people are in the game, they don't want to be in the game no more. But the thing is, because they've built up so many enemies, they need to be in the game because the minute you step away, they might not have that back in.
Yeah, and people, not everyone cares. If you're in the game that deep, sometimes not everyone cares if you're out the game.
Yeah, when you're out of the game, you become irrelevant. Oh yeah. Remember that guy from way back then? Back then. Yeah. You're not relevant no more. You're only relevant if you're in it. And you know, the kids know you, they speak to you. Because kids, they don't respect elders, but they respect their elders to a degree. Yeah? To a degree. They rather listen to their elders than listen to a random older. Do you understand? Because when you're not in the game, you're not in the game. If your name's not ringing bells, you're in the game. So I was never in the game to be ringing bells amongst somebody else's thing. Because when you start ringing bells for other people, people start paying the wrong attention to you.
100%.
Do you understand? You don't need to ring bells. You just need to ring bells for yourself and know that I was a confident man. You know, is like even in college, there's sometimes like people will talk to you and I'm thinking like, I have to sometimes just let them talk. Because it got to the point where, like, you know what, you're so confident in yourself. I know if I stepped thing, I could damage this person. But sometimes, I had elders, and my mum used to speak to me and said, son, listen, you don't know how physical you are. Sometimes, when people talk, leave them to talk. You see somebody talking that has to talk to you in a certain way and they're not getting a reaction, they're still talking, they're trying to build up their own confidence. It's like when you're in rap, when people put you're the big guy, the trending one, they start spitting your name. Just get clout to try and bring it. So don't give them that energy. So it's mad, man. It's a lot of stuff, man.
No, definitely.
We live and we learn, man.
100%.
We live and we learn, man.
100%. Big J, what are you saying? Anything you want to add in before we start to wrap this up?
Well, how would you conclude, and how do you think people should move forward from your experience that you've got?
I think, do you know what? As in, like, I think in today's society now. Before, back in the day, I wouldn't say you can blame the parents. In today's society, the parents have a big part to play in it. Because a lot of the parents are still young. A lot of the parents are you're giving birth to kids when you're still out there.
Yeah, I hear you.
That is a very selfish. You know what? I understand you want your kid and all, but sometimes kids are not planned. But if you're giving birth to kids, it's time to say to you, all right, you know what? Let me hand him my Black Album. I'm done with the game. You understand? Because you're bringing a kid potentially into a world to learn what you don't want them to learn. Do you understand? So I think the parents have a part to play, and you have to.
What would you say to the
be relatable?
What would you say? This is kind of to men, isn't it? Would I say?
Yeah, men. But there's women in the game as well. But I'm saying.
Do you think that we have a different level of transparency as parents in art from our as parents from our generation that we didn't have ourselves?
Yes.
Do you know, like the kind of conversations that we have with our kids are a bit more transparent and
yes, and the thing is they're relatable. Whereas when I was growing up, our parents were like teachers.
Yes.
Do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do this. Otherwise, you're gonna get licks. So that was enough to. I don't even want that. Yeah. But you see now, I can sit my son down and tell him, like, I don't. He's not too young for me to tell him like, this is not for you. I don't need to tell him that what I did, but I'm telling him that this street thing, you're gonna get into the time where you might dabble with some ideas. Don't do it. But we're able to do that. So that's why I say today, the parents have a big role today because we're young enough to 100%. Know what's going on outside. Yeah. My mum, if she started to talk to me about it now, she'll say like, oh, do you know what? I was watching the news, people died and somebody shot somebody. But she's only going on what she sees.
From the news.
Because my mum is not relatable. She's never been out there. She doesn't even know what is out there because that's not her world.
I feel you.
We don't have to be in the world, but we know what's going on out there. Yeah? So we're in a position where we have to, you know what? You can't save everyone's kid, but you can save yours.
Yep.
You can save yours. Speak to your kids. Speak to your kids. It's not good enough to say, you know what? Oh, I didn't know what he was doing. It's not good enough.
We say there's no reason for a parent to not know what their son.
No, you know what? You can't know everything your son is doing because the thing is, your son's friends will know more about your son than you will. Yeah, 100%. Because when they leave the house, they're different people to the people that are in the house. You understand? But what I'm saying to you is, like, as parents, we need to get to know our kids more. Spend more time with your kids. Spend less time on social media. Talking to your mates and speak to your kids. Ask them what's going on. Ask them. Don't ask them just about their day. Ask them about how they feel. You know, half of the kids today that are sitting in your house, lying in that bed that you just fed, have probably been propositioned about being in gangs. Yeah, but you don't know this because you never asked them it. Because you think they're too young. I'm trying to keep them away from it. No, don't keep them away from it. Make them aware of it. Because the thing is, they need to know the consequences of it before someone teaches them the benefits of it.
100%.
Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Definitely.
So be there, teach them. Because the thing is, a lot of people, and the thing is, a lot of parents do, like not all parents, but you see our parents, they are, being black, you're already blackballed, you're never going to get a job, it's harder to get a job. Listen, forget all of that. Talking about Malcolm X is not going to take your kid off the street. It's not going to take them off the street. Talking to your kid about what you're doing to me, being on the street, is what might make your kid think twice about doing it. Knowing that you're black and you're not there, you're just giving them a reason, like, if you're going to study and it's twice as hard to get a job. Well, why am I going to school then if I can't get a job? On the street, I'm with, it's more, the white man respects me, the Chinese man respects me. Like everybody respects me. Gangster doesn't have a colour.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you understand? Money doesn't have a colour. When you're doing deals, everybody's family. Do you understand?
Yep.
So the thing is, they don't look at, there's no N-word or this, that. If you use the N-word on your street, even a white man, some people call the white man N-word because it's a brotherly thing.
Yep.
So they understand. So don't give them the Martin Luther King speech. Yes, it's good for them to know their black history, but their black history is not getting them out of the road here.
Yeah.
It's not getting them out of the road. Teach them that separately, but focus more on telling them they need to know what is happening to you. Every time you go, you hear the phone call, they step out of the house that you're living in fear. If that doesn't touch your kids, nothing's gonna.
Yeah, well, even if it don't touch them right then, eventually it will. In time, it will be in their head, it'll be in the back of their head.
I'm 42 now, and I'm ashamed to say for 30 years, I've messed up my life, and not even so much messed up my life. I graduated from a class that I could have graduated at age 20. I just took longer to graduate.
You're stubborn.
Do you understand? I went into adult education. I graduated late, but the thing is, I graduated late, but I'm still young enough to better my life and better my kids' life.
Yeah, no, 100%. Big up, 100%. Cause to be honest, I get people from like now still telling me stories about back in the day.
And it's
events that happened, madness.
And the thing is,
when you was releasing your anger.
But you see the funny thing now, we can sit down and when you sit down in stories, I can sit down. We can sit down. We can laugh at it because the thing is, it's like reading the newspaper. When you read about this, that, the old news. Yeah, you read about it, you laugh about it, you're just a silly old man. Frank, you was a silly old man. You was a stupid man. You see now, you had anger issues. I sit down and said that. That brother had anger issues, man.
You need to get it out.
Always uses people that God puts us through challenges. Like when you think about people like Moses, all the people that was used by God.
Challenges been through.
My lesson
to overcome.
My name was. My actual real name is Ikemefuna.
Okay.
So it means for all the struggle and pain, don't let your creation be in vain.
Okay.
So my mum always used to rhyme with it, but she's got a better definition of it. But basically, that's what I gather from what it says. So I was born for a purpose.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So all the pain that you put in for me, don't let all the struggle and all the heartache that you put me through having you be for nothing.
100%.
So that's why I believe my mum. You see, when I'm in this room, my mum's in this room with me right now. You can't see her, but I can. Shall I tell you why? Because my mum is inside of me. Everywhere I go, she's alive, but her spirit lives in me. Every day, even when I'm thinking about doing something, my mum telling me, "Listen, fix up."
It's in your head.
Fix up. I used to talk myself into doing things because I had a bad omen around me. You see now, the angel that I've always been looking for was always been there. Yeah. But I wasn't paying attention to her because what she was spitting to me wasn't relatable.
Yeah.
But you see now I've grown up. She's the one who wrote the rest of my life story. The steps that she telling me that I was gonna be great, I was gonna do this. My mum wrote the story for me. Yeah. She just wrote it in print so I could read it, and you know what? At some point the words were gonna make sense to me, and make sense to me now. But my mum, I say, me and my mum have a good relationship, but I know my mum is still disappointed in me. And I see sometimes in the way, like the conversations we have, like, how are you doing, son? And like, hope you're all right. Please don't. I'm saying, Mum, like, I'm 42.
She's still worried.
She's still worried.
But that's just kind of a mama's instinct.
No, but it is because the thing is, I gave her too many years to be worried about. I've only given her 10 years not to worry. So 30 years, I've only cancelled that. I still got 20 years left to make it back. You know what it is? When you've been away, I've done a 20-year life sentence with my 30-year life sentence with my mum, and I've only done 10 years on the road. You're not gonna forgive. It's hard to forget. Of course, not that easy.
Something. Yeah, come on.
So my mum still, she gives me positive stuff, but she still gives me these little digs, and like I get to a place sometimes where, like, you know what, I got to a place where, like, it's even deep when I think about it. Sometimes it's like, sometimes it just I feel like crying sometimes, but I don't want to cry because I've been built on, like, you have to be that guy. But it's like sometimes I'll be honest. Sometimes I feel like my mum hates me, but I know she doesn't, because the thing is like she's so proud of my brothers, and I'm so proud of them because every single one of them's got their job. They did this, they did that, achieving, they're doing well. Like, even though I've progressed and I'm doing well right now myself, I've got my own brand, I've got my own businesses, whatever. But the thing is, I should have been the one teaching my brothers the steps that they are now.
You was a sacrifice.
Yeah, I was a sacrifice, but in my mum's house, there's no sacrifice. There's only role models.
But you wouldn't understand what's sacrifice.
No, but they see that.
But now you're becoming that role model right now.
I'm becoming a role model now. Somebody could look up to.
They wouldn't have had the space to so freely be themselves. Yeah,
for real.
By their brother.
No,
so
no.
That just you being who you were allowed them to express themselves in a whole different space.
Yeah, but the thing is, we understand that being on the street, but try to speak to somebody who's never been on the street.
But that's another sacrifice you had to take for your brothers.
No, but this is what I'm saying to you. I did that, but the thing is, in the meantime, I lost a relationship years with my mum.
Yeah.
So it's taken me ages to build back. So even when I think I'm fixing it, I get to that part, you know, where you walk down the path, we're walking hand in hand, mummy, she, hi mum, hi my son, then we get to a place where she doesn't know me again. Do you understand? It gets to that door where, like, you know, you get to the door where, like, this is where I live and this is where you live.
Do you feel like you're still searching for a certain approval from your mum?
I'm forever searching. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not. It's like.
Do you think it's something that's based in you? It's the guilt that's stuck in you.
It's the guilt that's stuck in me, and it's the guilt that's stuck in my mum. Because I know my mum kind of blames herself for the way I was, and it's not. Even though I speak to my mum, it's not her, but my mum is such a godly person, and you see, all right, none of my brothers haven't been all A1, but the thing is, they've made one mistake and learned.
Yeah, you took too many.
You know what? I nearly drowned myself.
Have you had the conversation with your mum though?
I've had deep conversations with my mum. Like, see my dad. When I speak,
how she feels about you though.
Yeah, I asked her. She said to me,
recently.
Yeah, you see what the thing with my mum and my dad, when they're happy, they love me.
Away from your dad, your mum.
Yeah, my mum. When I speak to my mum, she loves me.
And I had a full-on conversation.
Yeah, I've had with her. I speak to her. I tell mum, like, I apologise for everything. My mum loves me. Yeah, because
no doubt, we know.
If I'm sick, my mum will always come to me. She'll shed tears. If she hears that I even fell over, like I had a cough, my mum's panicking. Oh, let me go and buy honey and lemon and drop it at your house. She does everything. Yeah. But the thing is, then you always get to that point where, you know what, that reminder. You know what, I could do something. We don't see. I'm a person that if my mum's messing up, I'm gonna check my mum and say, Mum, come on, man. Yeah. I can't sit. Some people say no, that's rude, but the thing is, me, how can I sit there and let the queen of my world, sit there and make an idiot of herself? I can't do that.
Yeah,
some people say, I'm not gonna speak to my mum. I'm just gonna allow them. No, not my mum. My mum needs to be held in full, as high as you can. Yeah, as high as you can. This is the winning goal. You know, this is that 3 points that made everything possible. So I need, if she slips up, I'll tell mum, what you're doing is wrong, man. You need to just fix up that. And my mum doesn't like that correction sometimes because she sees that as rude. But the thing is, from the others, she doesn't see it as rude.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
From someone who's been so much of a disappointment, it's a kind of like a cheat to say that. Do you understand? But I don't think she means it in a bad way, but I can understand her reasoning. But the thing is, there's got to be a point.
You take it that way though.
There's got to be a point in her life where you got to say, like, you know what, my son's thing, he's made the transition. My mum sees that, but the thing is, she always reminds me.
Maybe you're just taking it on that way.
No, I take it on that way. But the thing is,
Maybe she's just putting on the front to you to.
No, I take it that way. I do. But the thing is, there has to be a reason why I take it that way. Because I'm an open-minded person.
Because of you know what you've done in the past.
My friends can come and sit down and tell me, Frank, you're fucking up. Like, sit down and fix up, and I can sit down and listen. If I can listen to my friend, you think I can't listen to my mum?
I think women have a problem in general hearing those kind of things. Not just mumsies.
Women, you see, I see women, do you know what it is? See, with my dad, I can speak to my dad, and my dad will tell me, well, you know what, make sure you don't do that again. Fix up, da-da-da. He's like very strict, like few lines, but the lines hit home.
Yeah.
See, with mums, you can tell them you're not going to do it again, but the damage, remember, everything you go through and they go through with it.
Yeah, 100%.
But the thing is, it's worse for them because the thing is, they held you for a reason, not for the reason that you're showing me.
Yeah.
So now, if I've messed up my life for 20 years, that's 20 years of my life, mum's life, yeah, that she's not getting back. Remember, so you add 20 years to my mum's life now, that takes her to nearly 90 years of age. So she's already lost that that possibility. Maybe that she might get to 90. God willing, she will. But if she doesn't, there's a reason why she doesn't. In my head, because the thing is, the 20 years of stress that I put through, it ages them. You age your parents. You put them through hell. You know what? For 20 years. Remember, when I'm talking about you can't through. My mum couldn't do what she wanted to do 100% because she wanted to go to Nigeria. You can't go to Nigeria because I have to sit down and watch over you. Okay. I can't do this for 20 years of that.
Okay, I hear you.
I've taken away. I've robbed her of her life. I've robbed myself and I robbed her. But the thing is, my mum didn't do nothing to me. Why am I robbing my mum?
So you say if it wasn't for you, she would have left to go to Nigeria.
No, she my mum still ventures out, but the thing is, she ventures out. When she comes back, I'm the first person that she'll ring to say, like, she'll say, how are you? How are the kids? How the boy? She goes, Frank, so what have you been doing with yourself? That's my conversation. How's the kids? What have you doing? But the thing is, do you know what it is? It's not from a bad place, and I feel bad for it that my mum has to address me like that all the time. Because the thing is, you're still not 100% convinced that your son has fully changed because I haven't given her enough years, enough reason to believe in it. Yeah. So the thing is, it's not that my mum's my biggest fan, but you see, when your team's not playing well, people start to like sit on the fence a little bit. You understand? Yeah. They always support you, they'll be there for you, but the thing is, like, they're fed up with the performance. You understand? You're a star, but you're not doing your job. Do you understand? So the thing is, it gets to that point.
That's where you pick up.
My mum, I always love her, I can't blame her for nothing, but the thing is, anything my mum feels is on me. So it's down for me to fix it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So hopefully, that the relationship's great, but I need to fix it. Not my mum. I need to fix it, and the only way I can fix it is not by talking, is by actually action and proving that, giving her back that son that she's always wanted. No, I hear you. Yeah, but you're on that path. I'm on that path right now. So I've been walking for it a long time. So you know what? Mummy's got a new son, so this is all the prodigal son has come. I'm 10 years deep in the game. Man.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. So I was gonna say, see, so you started going to church. Do you still go to church?
I still go to church. Yes.
Every Sunday.
Not every Sunday. I used to go. What I do now, but I find myself like I was going to church like morning and afternoon with my friend Jiz, but I kind of like some things happened inside of me. It kind of just drew me away from the church. When it's like I was battling with myself, and I didn't feel like you know what, my mindset wasn't right to be someone to be speaking spiritually to me because I was still battling with my demons. So I said I took myself away from it and like to fix myself up. That's what I was saying earlier. Like there are a lot of dads out there that that are not in their kids' lives. Yeah, but sometimes you got to ask yourself why they're not in the kids' life. Because sometimes the dad is not in his kid's life because not out of choice. Because he feels obligated not to be there at the time. Because what I have to offer that kid is nothing but toxicity, and it's going to be negative. So sometimes the dad has to reach out. He has to take himself away from a situation, fix himself in order to say he can bring something good to the table for that kid. Do you understand? Women don't always understand that because your absence creates pressure for them. And see, that pressure does it gets not in everybody, but it blocks out a lot of common sense. You see,
Hey, they get emotional.
Yeah, they get emotional. That's not for every man.
Yeah,
Some men
of course.
just don't do it. You understand? Like, we'll get of it somewhere down the line. I didn't do it for how many years because I was away. So it's still the same as walking out on your kid. But the thing is, I just think, like, you know, is when we do this, yeah, like, I sit here and I'm like, talk about my mum like this, like, my mum is my queen, but you know what? I destroyed half the kingdom. So I'm rebuilding the kingdom. You know, my mum sits on the throne in that same broken kingdom. You know? But because she refuses to leave the kingdom until that kingdom is back where it needs to be.
Okay.
And each side of the castle represents each one of us brothers. Because there's 4 of us. Yeah? So each one of us is a part of the castle. Then we've got the baby. Michael, which makes it number 5. He's the guard at the door. He's the one sitting in that learns. He's the future king in line. So he's the one learning. So we are the walls. So my side has been broken, but my mum refused to come off the throne. So for me to build it back, so then she can feel safe in herself and actually be the woman that she's meant to be. Because without me complete, she can't be complete.
100%.
And people got to understand that, because the damage that we do to ourselves, we're actually creating even worse damage inside the parents. Because the parents, some of them, they don't live to see your change. So they go to the grave
that is very
with
true.
that bad image
On
of their son.
conscience, yeah.
And the thing is that they didn't do enough. That's what they go to the grave. But I'm lucky enough for my mum to see it. But it's going to take a little bit longer for me to prove my point. So I have to keep working it. And it's not
100%.
that if I can run around the street and prove myself to my peers, I can do that for my mum. I'll run around the world for my mum. If it takes me 100 years, let it take 100 years. But I just want to hear that, you know what, I'm proud of you and I'm fully proud of you and I've forgotten everything. You're not going to forget it for now. And I don't want her to forget it for now because that was part of her journey. I erased 20 years of her life. By thinking about for myself. So it's only right I give her back at least half of that of goodness.
Nope, 100%. You're on your journey.
I'm on my journey, so I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, I'm proud of you as well, man. I see the journey you're going, and I see the footsteps you've taken.
I'm proud of myself, and that's why I got people like you, Matt. You lot know me properly.
Come on.
Some of the streets the whole street doesn't really know me because we will never like bossy like that.
Yeah, come
you
on.
understand? I like you know what you need to know, like. But the thing is, to see my transition and hear someone like you, Matt, Junior, say like, "Oh, Frank, you come from," it means a lot to me. Because the thing is, you lot were like my shoelaces. Without you've seen everything. You know, as I was walking, you were there with me. That kept me tight. You understand?
Come on.
So, like, you're part of my journey. You know.
Yeah.
I know you better than I know some of my brothers because I've been around you longer than I know some of my brothers. You understand? Because I was with you, like we had a relationship. My brothers, some of my brothers are too young to understand, so it was just like big bro.
Big bro, yeah.
But I've had a relationship, physical relationship with you lot from like 14, 15 years of age. We're 42 now, so I've been around you lot for a very long time. So the thing is, you lot are like my brothers. You're even closer to me than some of my brothers. It's just that my brothers are my brothers. I have a different relationship with my brothers. But you lot make up. I can't have a story without having mentioning you guys.
Yeah, feel you. 100%.
Yeah, because even things that I forget, you were part of my life that you could fill in. Do you understand?
Yeah, no,
so
100%.
you could see where I was going wrong, and you could see where I'm correcting now. Because I walk around now with a rubber. So every positive footstep I do, I only turn back to rub out the negative that just come before that footstep.
Yep.
So I'm positive. That's why when I first saw him, I ate him up because the thing is, it's big moves, bro. Because I remember what people were doing the other day. Bro. It's big moves now.
Yeah, come on.
It's big moves. Come on, brother. How can you not be positive for your brother? If your life ain't straight, doesn't mean you should be happy for your brother.
No, come on. You always have to be happy for your brother. Come on.
If my brother's doing well, that shows me because we came from the same place. If he can do well, why can't I do well?
100%.
Motivation.
Yeah.
Listen, if you can't find it in yourself, look to your brother that's doing well and it came from the same place. He's doing something. Listen, even reach out to him.
100%.
Reach out to him and say, brother,
Yeah, that's
listen,
it.
how can I need help? Your brother's going to help you. If he's your brother, he will always help you.
Yeah.
Because he had time for you when you're being negative.
True,
So he must
100%.
have
Yeah,
time
of
for you
course.
to be
Yeah,
positive.
it's gonna be happy even more time.
Of course you are, bruv. Because
Yeah.
the thing is, for me, my plate, I don't have to see you every day. I haven't seen you for what, 15, 10 years.
Yo,
But I'm
crazy.
speaking to you like
Like
I'm
I see
having
you yesterday.
flashbacks. You know what I mean?
Like I spoke to you last
We're just
week.
walking down the energy, what's happening, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's all love. Because the thing
Yeah,
is, you know
come
what it
on.
is? We still reason.
Yeah.
You're still relatable to each
Yeah,
other.
come
Because
on.
the thing is, when we're negative, we were relatable. When we're positive, we're relatable,
Relatable,
because
same.
everybody's journey is
Yeah.
transitioning in the right direction.
Yep, 100%.
So we don't have to speak. You see what we have? We have what I call a Bluetooth relationship.
100%.
We stay connected even though we're far
Yeah,
apart.
that's it.
Do you understand? It's
Yeah.
always, we come together, it's always going to
Yeah,
be,
it's
you
the
know what, as
same.
soon as I come together, we're connected. You understand? We're connected.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what you're thinking is what I'm thinking. My plate is always going to be your
Yeah,
plate.
come on, likewise, come on.
You don't have to wash your hands to eat from my plate, because the dirt that's from your hand is from my hand as well.
Yep, straight.
You understand? We come from the same place.
Yep, 100%.
So you know what it is? It's always going to be like that.
Yeah,
And to see you doing something means that I feel like I've done something right as well,
Yeah.
because I was part of your journey. To
Yeah.
be able to be here today and give you that credit and see that it's nice to have somebody who I saw just doing the same things that I
Yeah,
was doing,
100%.
and I'm here to applaud them as well. It's a big thing,
No,
bro.
come on, man. Thanks,
It's a
man.
big
Definitely.
thing what you
come
lot
on.
are doing, man.
Yeah.
Power moves, bro.
That's it. That's what
You
we gotta
see,
do.
Kids, nieces, nephews, bro, they'll be looking at you. What? Look, they're watching their uncles on TV. They're watching their uncles doing
Yeah.
podcasts. They're watching it. They're not watching them on the news. They're watching them on the
Yeah.
phone. And things. You're getting a name that rings bells for the right
Right
reason.
reason. That's it.
Nobody can't
Yeah.
take that away from you.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's karma. At the end of the day, and people.
But
Yeah.
this is what the people
So,
don't realize.
yeah.
You see, karma looks more familiar than you think. So you know. You see, because karma, you see what is in your generation. It may not visit you, but
Yeah,
you see,
but
once you're gone, you
could
leave
pass.
everybody exposed to what you created.
100%.
Your kids, kids, your mum, your dad, or your grandparents, even the kids that you never even see because you died too early.
No,
Do you
for
understand?
real.
When you
Yeah.
die, the generations of your name will still live on, and they might be. You don't know the hell they're going through because of what you did. But
Yeah.
you're in the grave now, sleeping. You're not even working. It doesn't concern you no more. And the
Yeah.
thing is, your status and everything can't help them.
Just can't. Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like a bill that you know, a debt that you leave
Yep,
when you're
left,
dead.
Yep.
You just
They
left
got,
onto
they
the
got to
kids.
deal with it.
So
Live
now
with it.
you're passing it on. So the thing is, why you still can change. I tell parents all the time, we're a generation where we've got 18-year-old kids and we're still 40. So we're in a position, we're still young enough to relate to what's going on, but wise enough to teach our kids how to behave
100%.
and how to fix up. Because every word that you say into them has a 50-50 chance of saving your kid.
Nope, 100%.
As saving your kid. If
Yeah.
you do not speak, you take away that percentage.
No, definitely.
You might not be able to reach out to your kid. Some kids, you speak to them and it's just like...
Yeah, I know, but you got to try. That's what it is. But as long as you plant, you got to plant the seed.
You have to keep trying. You have to keep trying. Because
Yeah.
once you try, you know, if he goes through something, that's why I say to my mum can never be to blame, because my mum didn't stop trying. It was mad. Frank. It's like ridiculous. It's like repeat. I said, Mum, why are you fed up with talking? It got to the point of, why are you fed up with talking, Mum?
Yep.
You know what? As far as I'm alive, I will continue to speak because I need to be right with my God.
No, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, my God put me on earth. He didn't give me you, you know, for me to sit here and not appreciate the
Yeah, of
blessing that
course.
He gave me.
Yep.
You are a blessing to me. No matter how wild you want to be, you are a blessing to me.
100%.
So I have to kind of keep that, you know, that purpose. You came as a blessing, so I have to try and install that in you. If I can't do it, I'm gonna die trying. Yeah?
100%.
You have to start trying.
100%. Yeah, man. 100%, man. I'm proud of your journey, man, and I see the growth. Keep growing, man. Don't worry, Mama's gonna be proud of you.
I know Mummy's proud of me, but the thing is, I still.
She's gonna be 100 with you.
She's gonna be 100.
100 with
right
you.
now, her battery's on like 75%, but it's a Nokia, so it will last. You know what I mean? It will last. It ain't gonna run out anytime soon. You know. She's still got that lot of love for me.
Yeah, 100%. I see you beat most of your demons. I see there's little one or two. That's. But that's cool though, because you got the angels there working, so you're good. I mean? Yeah, man, definitely. It's a pleasure to have you on, Frank. Fam, we're gonna later on we'll catch up again. We'll see. 100%.
Do this again whenever you lot are ready, man.
Love, my bro. Yeah,
but power moves. All of you keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Love,
if you ever find yourself in a position where you feel like, you know what is, it's not working for me, just remember how far you've come.
Nope,
you understand? Because in this game, this game can be lucrative. You can make money from it, but the money that you make should only be based on the people that you save.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's the money.
Yeah.
That is the money. That is the wealth.
Yeah.
The more people you help, and you save,
mm-hmm.
the better generation you have to live in, and the world that we have to live in.
100%.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Money's not everything.
Yep, 100%. I hope people you got some jewels from this, and it's gonna pass on.
And you ain't buying them Manhattan Gardens, me. That's the old me.
Yeah, big Frank, yo.
That's the old me.
Chief and Banter,
he's gone now.
He's gone. Yo, big up, we out, people, yeah.